Akshay Dongre joins us live to talk more on this. Hi, Akshay. First, let's make us understand this. What's triggered these No Kings protests against President Trump? What's the main issue uniting demonstrators under this banner?
Well, Abhishek, that's the thing. There is no singular issue that has led to these protests, and it has been a culmination of different things and policies, decisions that the Trump administration has taken, especially since he has taken over for the second term. Now, those includes, issues regarding immigration, issues regarding, policies when it comes to the healthcare, when it comes to social security, when it comes to the budgetary allocation, and once the government shutdown began, the way he tried and targeted the Democrat-ruled state, especially when he said that the shutdown can be used as a good opportunity to remove dead wood and the things that are not efficient according to him. So the things that he's doing, the policies that he's making, even the policy makers that are with him are supporting in any and every decision that Donald Trump is making, whatever is coming to his mind. But whether it's not being discussed, it's not being debated. The voice of the opposition is not being taken into account. The voice of the Democrat-ruled states and the senators, along with other congressmen, are not being taken into account. So it's a unilateral way. The way Donald Trump has been taking decision is what the U.S. Protesters are saying. And this has been a culmination. We have seen that there were protests repeatedly in the universities of US, including Columbia University, other universities across the country. So now what we are seeing is that the government did not give any kind of safety valve to the people to let out their anger, to voice their opinion, and to voice their opposition to some of the policies of the Trump administration. And now, this is an outburst of those dissent, those oppositions, and US is a democratic government. If the elected president has to make any decision, he has to also take into account the voice of dissent, the voice of opposition, of ordinary people, and the way they are thinking, and not take unilateral decisions like a king would. So that is why the protests have started, and it seems that and the protests are there to stay, and they'll continue in months to come up in even more intensity if things are not changed within the US government.
All right, Akshay, you're saying policies, immigrations, it have been the issues among others, but how significant is the timing coming amid the ongoing government shutdown and also debates over troop deployment?
Well, yes, troop deployment is one of the major issue that I missed there, Abhishek, because the way troop deployment is being done, be it in Washington or in other states, the Republican-ruled government states are not seeing that massive of troop deployment or push by the Trump administration as it is there for the Democrat-ruled states. So the decisions that are being taken are being seen as unilateral and arbitrary decisions, and the troop deployment is being seen as a violation of privacy of the people. However, there are certain areas where these kind of troop deployment will maintain peace, but it also hampers the liberty at a citizen's level. So these are the things. And as far as timing is concerned, yes, it's quite pertinent to note the timing as well. But we also have to understand that the shutdown has also forced the protesters to come out of their homes,
Yeah.
because many of the federal employees have lost their jobs. Many of them are not being paid, and the government is in a turmoil, and the Trump administration is making no effort to change the things, to make the budgetary allocation to happen and the shutdown to end. So that perhaps is also one of the reasons, and it shouldn't be seen as a conspiracy during the shutdown, but the shutdown can be seen as a reason, according to us, as far as the situation is concerned.
Yes, Akshay, and also this is not limited to the US itself. We have seen similar protests outside the US as well, Germany, Canada. Tell us, how coordinated is this global response?
Well, it's to be honest, the protests against U.S. government in Germany do not make much of sense,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
as far as the policies of the U.S. government is concerned, they directly impact the U.S. citizens. And if the protests have to happen, they have to happen by the U.S. citizens. It's like saying Indians protesting against the U.S. policies in India, so that doesn't make much of sense. So we'll see how that turns out to be. But as of now, the protests continue in the U.S.
All right, Akshay, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for your inputs.